the remnants of Boscombe St John's Institute FC towards the end of the 19th century was born Boscombe FC in 1899. Of course, we became Bournemouth and Boscombe Athletic before changing our name tactically to AFC Bournemouth so we could be first in alphabetical order. We're a little seaside town famous for our beach and little else really. And look, as a club over the years, we flirted with the second tier. We had a brief spell in it, but one man turned up and took us to the Premier League. And that man is aptly returning this weekend. Eddie Howe. It's Cherries versus the Magpies as we celebrate 125 years of this beautiful little football club. This is Back of the Net. We're a Bournemouth fan channel. My name's Sam.
My name's Tom.
And it's a game that we're all looking forward to. We looked forward to it last season as well, and we enjoyed it. Here's what happened. Great days, although it was a Dom Solanke inspired win. We're not mourning him whatsoever. Well, we might not be, depending on who starts up front for the Cherries in this game. But Tom, it's fair to say that through Eddie and through other players that have left and joined Newcastle, we've got quite a link, and we're probably two of the most friendly and welcoming fan bases, you'd have to say. Maybe not online to Canadian YouTubers. However, to everyone else, we're pretty nice, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah, and we tend to like each other in a weird way. But yeah, I think obviously that's gone up a notch since Eddie went there. And yeah, I'm really glad he's done well. I mean, that first season there, it was just incredible. And then obviously managed to take him into the Champions League and stuff. And the people that weren't surprised the most was the Bournemouth fans, because we've seen what he's done. The club, never in a million years. I remember we went to the Championship with Eddie and I said, let's enjoy this because we ain't going to be here for long. Yeah. And I was right, but not in the way I thought, because we went the other way and up to the Premier League. So yeah, we'll always love him, always thank him. And if he can keep up this record of not being able to beat Bournemouth since he's left in the league, that would be wonderful.
The game is live on Sunday on Sky Sports. It's a 2:00 kickoff. Cherries are going to be wearing a special anniversary commemorative kit, and it's not just Eddie that's returning. There'll be a number of returns. JT, although they know him as
Mad Dog.
Love that. Stephen Purchase, Simon Weatherston and more. Callum Wilson, of course, won't be playing, but he might be around. And also there'll be a certain return of a defender for us that left for the North East not so long ago. Lloyd Kelly returns, mate.
Yeah, and we'll see later when I predict the teams. And if you remember from the opening day, I've got a 100% record in predicting the opposition teams. I think Fabian Schär's red card might mean that Lloyd Kelly will have to start. So see, I hope he gets an alright reception, but just hope he has obviously a bad game this time out. But yeah, so they've let a few go, obviously previous players they had from us, and now they've got another one in. So I'm sure he'll do well for him.
I'm certainly sure he will do. Now, look, there's 125-year anniversary events happening this week, not least on Thursday. There was a meal that we went to, mate, which was absolutely brilliant. A chance to catch up and schmooze with some greats of yesteryear.
And it wasn't just us there. The players were there as well.
All ages. Presented by Mark McAdam, Kelly Summers and Chris Temple there. That was a good night. We didn't get any exclusives. And look, we wanted to just enjoy the night, so you didn't see me roving with my camera, mate, which a lot of people were suggesting that I do, but absolutely no chance of that. Also, recently we've been celebrating the 10th year since the season where AFC Bournemouth got promoted to the Premier League for the first time, and as a result of that, Michael Dunn wrote a book, and we did the draw. We did the draw on Twitter this week, and can I just say, the winner is Leona. Leona, congratulations. She was one of the people that retweeted it on Twitter, Leona, I'm going to be getting the book off to you very soon. And she sent us a message saying how appreciative she is of that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to making sure you get that, Leona. So we need to talk about Newcastle then, mate.
Yep.
Last season, finished in 7th place. Enough for Europe. And then the FA Cup final happened.
Yeah.
They finished with 60 points. It was 11 points fewer and 3 places lower from the previous season where they got Champions League football. Do you think that Eddie almost peaked too soon at St James's Park?
In certain ways and in their expectations now, because I think if you look at the squad, obviously what's happened with FFP has meant they can't do what we thought they could do. So I think if you actually look at their squad on paper, that's not a team that should be going for Champions League, in my opinion. Apart from a few little sprinkles of world-class talent. So, but because of what he did, I think the expectation is to try and knock on that door. So it's difficult for him. But, yeah, what he did when he first went there was so impressive. And I think there was always going to be a little drop off because they were then playing in Europe. And I know they went out the group stage, but they put a lot into that. Some really, really tight games in there. And they were very unfortunate not to at least get third and go into Europa. So, I think, yeah, if it wasn't for a surprise in the FA Cup final, they would have been in Europe again and probably would have had a chance of winning that competition, in my opinion. So yeah, I think he's done a really good job, but listen, we don't know what's going to happen. We know, I'm sure that the ownership and stuff are looking at it again. You haven't been able to spend like we thought you could. I mean, they've had to get rid of players. We were talking last week when we played Forest that Elliot Anderson went to him and Eddie didn't want to let him go.
Yeah.
But he had to for the profit. So yeah, strange one, but I know that speaking to Newcastle fans said, yeah, you see a bit of rubbish online, like we all know, but fans that go, fans that watch, they adore the man.
Yeah.
There's never been any suggestion that we want him out.
They certainly adored him after their first game of the season. We'll talk about that shortly. Is it worth seeing the league table after week 1? Well, it is, because AFC Bournemouth are top 10. Look at that. They are 8th.
I love the alphabet. That's what I love, the alphabet.
Exactly. That's where the alphabet comes into its own. And that's the reason why they
Where's
even
Dom? Called
us Athletic Football Club Bournemouth. Dom is 12th. Hashtag just
I was saying
saying.
always greener, Sam.
But look, their game against Southampton, I mean, it didn't go as they wanted it to go, not least the sending off made it very difficult for them. And Southampton, I think they had 48 touches inside the Newcastle box as opposed to 14 for Newcastle. But their backs were to the walls, all the stats. I think one account called Saints Socialite said, domination, wow, and showed all the stats. But the goal stats was what counts the most. And it was a Joe Linton goal that settled it for them. But a pleasing start to the season, I'm sure, for Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
Probably could do without the suspension, but you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, from a Bournemouth perspective, quickly, it's absolutely perfect. Newcastle beat them lot, brilliant, but they also got a suspension in the meantime, which was ideal for us, having already got some issues at the back with injuries. So, yeah, I think it's one of them games you can't read too much into, though, from a kind of perspective of how they're looking after one game, because it's a completely different game after 20 odd minutes. Everything changes. They're down to 10 men. And Eddie Howe just, obviously let Southampton have the ball, and that's what they always did last season, Southampton. So it's probably for them felt quite normal because they were dominating everyone last season, weren't they?
Yeah. But
they obviously had the man advantage. I think it's poor from Southampton to concede. And then, they had all the ball, but never really looked like hurting Newcastle. So, they done, if you had said to anyone, you go down to 10 men inside half an hour and you win the game with a clean sheet, you're well happy. So, good result, but hard to see all their kind of patterns of play and the way they want to play, because it was such the game just turned after half hour or just before it.
As you'll have noticed, we are at the QP, the place to be before a match day. So look, if you want the cheapest pint around, then head there before the game. And there's a few reasons why you should do that. Firstly, if you buy a drink, you get a raffle ticket. Come back after the game with your raffle tickets that you've garnered before the game. And then Joe, the landlord, he's going to be calling out a number. You can have first prize or second prize. First prize, £100. Second prize, 50 quid. Plus, it rolls over to the next game as well, Tom.
Oh,
so
lovely.
Pretty good. Also, you get some food and drink here as well. There's going to be a competition which we'll give you at the end when it comes to the predictions. Not only that, they're also introducing...
Look at the size of...
the AFCB burger. Look at that bad boy. That is a thing of beauty. Tom,
Are you gonna
we're going to be trying this in a bit.
Are we?
Are you partial to...
How am I getting my mouth around that?
No idea. Maybe we'll cut it up.
Cue someone saying I've got a big mouth anyway. But,
do you like onion rings?
yeah, fine.
Right, so
Well, I don't like onion. I like onion rings. Is that weird? Go on then.
That's good.
They love watching us eat.
So, cheese bacon, a double burger, all the trimmings. Get that from the QP. I think it's going to be 11 quid. It's going to be a special burger on match day, but there are cheaper burgers available. Right, let's tuck into it.
Good.
That's good.
That's
really good.
I'm happy with that. There's 11 quid for that massive burger and the fries, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also they have the, just going to say about the curry night as well on the 13th. Friday the 13th, unlucky for some, but not if you're in here. Curry night tenner. Make sure you get down for that as well, because that's a good one. So yeah, loads of bits here, but we've got to do a show now.
If you're brand new here, there are a couple of things you can do to help us out. What are they, Tom? I keep forgetting.
Click the like button.
Yes,
because that means you like it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, subscribe is the most important one as well. Click that big, I think it's a red button, isn't it? Big fat red button. I'll tell you what, if you're a Newcastle fan, watch this by the way. Why do you want a red button on the screen? Get away from that. Click it, and then it kind of does go like whitey blacky, which is what you want. And yeah, really appreciate if you do that. If you click the bell, you can see when all the videos are out as well.
And there are going to be some videos, because after the game, there's going to be a fan reaction to the result, and we're going to have a fan reaction this time, because last time the camera broke, and this time we should be okay. Also, 2 other videos.
Yeah, the vlog will obviously come out, which hopefully will be a good one, mate, and then we'll dive into it in more detail with a second look, and then we've got to quickly get on to matters of the cup, mate, so it's going to be quite a busy one.
Yeah, I forgot about that as well. I actually forgot about that, and that's Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
so preview what? Oh God, okay, we're going to have to work this out. Okay, we'll work it out for you. So look, we know Bournemouth's transfer business, or do we? We did a video talking about Evan Ilson and also Mamadashvili, who's set to sign. So what?
Not coming, mate.
What?
He's not coming.
Who?
He's not coming.
Who? Mamadashvili?
Yes.
Why?
He's going back to Valencia for the season. Looks like he should go to Newcastle still, but I think Valencia couldn't really get a replacement in, so that's how they've managed to sort the deal out. I'm sure, I'm not going to get into it too much, we spoke about it after the last game, but I'm sure the recruitment's been great in terms of replacing Dom quickly, in terms of we've seen what Rojo did, and he won't much money at all. We've seen what he's done with Clive, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure they've got a list of goalkeepers, and we've got just over a week. Probably not this weekend now, but we've got just over a week to get one in, and I'm sure that's the priority, mate. So I'm still believing until that door slams shut, as they say.
Slams shut, yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what the teams are later, to see if our other one does start. Who knows? Right, what about Newcastle's transfer business then over the summer? Because early in June, they got a few out the door, didn't they? Including that goalkeeper that didn't exactly do brilliantly for Liverpool.
Yeah, Loris Karius. I think
Did he play in the Carabao Cup for him?
Yeah, I think he had to, didn't he? Because Dubravka couldn't play because he was playing Man U. That's right, and they had the Pope injury. I think he's available on a free as well. Why not? Yeah, they got rid of him. Obviously, Dummett and Hendrick that were kind of surplus. But as I mentioned, yeah, they had to kind of get rid of Elliot Anderson, and then Minter, who they got him back from his loan. You thought this is going to be a special player, and again they've had to get rid of him, and he looked unbelievable for Brighton in the opening day. So that could be one they rue, but I think needs must. And obviously one of our favourites, Matty Ritchie, went down the road to Pompey. So I really hope he does well there. Got to see Matt Ritchie, didn't we? What a guy, by the way, love him. Yeah. So yeah, nothing major, and then not really in terms of incomes as well. We all knew Lloyd Kelly was probably going to go there. He did. They triggered Lewis Halls, didn't they?
Oh, yes.
Which was interesting because you didn't really see him much when he was on loan, and then apparently he's been brilliant pre-season. He started the first game, so he's doing well. I think Osula is an interesting signing. Youngster from Sheffield United, centre forward, a bit like what we did with Dan Jefferson.
Yeah.
It's probably looking for the future a bit more with him. And then they signed a couple of goalkeepers, mate.
Vlachodimos.
Well done. I'm glad I don't have to go for that. Again, another one we spoke about last week. So we played Forest. He's obviously come in for a bit of cover, and John Ruddy as well for a bit of cover, experience and all that good stuff. So nothing too major on either side. I'm sure they'll still want to get a few bits done. We've all heard about Gahey. Yeah. They're trying to get him, so I'm really pleased with playing him now, just in case they do, because he's a top centre-back. But I've seen that Palace have just lost Anderson.
Yes, true.
He's gone back to Fulham, and Fulham fans are all joking that they've virtually got the same back four as Parker right now, because they've got him back. So would that mean it's going to be hard to get Gay? I would have thought there are rumours linking them now. They're going to go down the Joe Gomez route, apparently.
Yes, that's right.
Which I think if Newcastle fans aren't aware, back when Liverpool got him, he was a youngster at Charlton. I don't know if you remember. He was a teenager at Charlton, and we were linked with him all the time.
That's right, yeah.
And then Liverpool come in, and that was when we had Eddie Howe as manager. So there must be, I reckon there's something in that. He likes him.
They've also been linked with Bayer Leverkusen over defender Edmund Tapsoba as well. That's a fresh out of the kitchen, that one.
Okay. And do you know who he's a teammate of?
No.
Dango Ouattara.
You're joking.
He's Burkina Faso centre back.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure he is, yeah. So that'd be a nice little link there. But yeah, I didn't realise that, mate. So that was a bit fresh there from you.
But yeah, interesting to see their transfer business. I mean, Yankuba going for Brighton for 35 million. They must be minter.
Jesus, move on.
Early head-to-head. Let's check out our record against Newcastle over the years. And you can see that it's not too bad. The last time we lost to them, that was in the League Cup.
No, that don't count.
Which doesn't count at all. But before that, it was during COVID. Do you remember at home? 4-1. It was a game that we really, really wanted to win.
We were terrible.
We were absolutely...
I remember Yedlin scoring. How bad was he?
So yeah, but recently, since Eddie Howe's taken over, in the league, they've not beaten us. Can we maintain this same record? Right, if I had some quiz music, this is where I put it in, right?
I just went, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, mate?
Did you? Right.
I've
got a list of 11 players that have played for both, and I'm going to give you their initials, Tom. I'm going to give you their initials. And it's not in any order, so I'm going to put the initials on screen as well. These are the initials, and they're not in any order. So first one, MR.
Matt Ritchie, move on.
FW.
Freddie Woodman.
Correct. SD.
SD. Club position. Is it
centre defender?
Sylvain Distin.
Correct. LK.
Lloyd Kelly.
Correct. RF.
Ryan Fraser.
Yeah. He's a big fan, Lynn, by the way. LB.
LB.
This one's a little bit off the wall.
Shall we play?
A striker. Is someone getting the...
Leon Best.
Well done. GP. We're going back a bit.
Oh, that's that. What's his name? I didn't see him. Is it Peacock?
Gavin Peacock. Gavin, yeah, I'll give you that. CA.
Christian Atsu.
Yeah, rest in peace. DG.
Dan Gosling.
Correct. CW.
Callum Wilson.
WF.
WF.
We're going back a bit again.
Yeah, we
play for QPR as well.
Play for QPR as well. Position?
Midfield, I think.
Do I know him?
Wayne Faraday.
I've heard of his name.
There you go.
Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of recent ones, isn't there?
Yeah.
And not as many going back, which helped me. Oh, yeah, that was all right, that.
There you go. In terms of team news, Andoni Iraola did his presser recently. Marcus Senesi, we all thought he was going to be a big miss last week, but it turned out that Dean Howson was actually pretty good. But
I've never seen.
He was out with a kind of, what was it, some kind of illness, was it? Or bug or something?
Yeah, when he was asked about it, Andoni, because they thought it might be the head injury he got in the last friendly, and he said it wasn't. He said it was an illness. Temperature was up a bit. So they decided not to risk him. So all looks like he should be okay. It'd be interesting to see if he comes back in or not. But at least now we know there don't need to be any rush in that department. Got to remember, we still got James Elliott and Chris Mepham in the club as well. So, but as you say, Howson deputised rather well.
One of the observations that was made on Wednesday by one of our eagle-eyed viewers has also been relayed over to you with regards to the absence in an open training session of a certain player.
Yeah, there was an open training session, wasn't there, I think, for junior Cherries and stuff.
Yeah.
There was no Ryan Christie.
Maybe that's just precautionary, it could be.
Yeah, potentially.
But, and this could weigh into what you said when we did the second look on Sunday with regards to restricting his minutes, restricting his time.
Some things, he obviously was out in the Euros. I know they went out pretty quickly because unfortunately he's Scottish, but he then come back, and I said it on the second look, didn't I? I always remember being in America, and because we went, and he was doing a separate training, wasn't he? Do you remember? He didn't get involved in the match. So it didn't surprise me that he didn't start. And now, as you say, maybe they're just restricting it a little bit. Maybe there's something there that they're just monitoring a little bit. But as we mentioned on the last show, I thought Alex Scott done all right. And the stats certainly said he done all right. So you might get another opportunity. Yeah,
absolutely. In terms of Newcastle United, we know that they've got a couple of players suspended. Fabian Schär, but also Sandro Tonali, who comes back when?
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I wouldn't want to place a bet on it.
No. But on the injury front, they got Sven Botman, Jamal Lascelles, Callum Wilson, of course, and Lewis Miley out.
Forgot about Miley. He's that youngster coming through. Yeah, that's a shame.
So, the referee, do you want to know who it is?
No.
It's David Coote. We always make the joke, he's an absolute coot. He's in charge of this game. We had him 4 times last season. Home against Chelsea.
Take it, point.
Away against Everton.
Shit.
Away against Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
away against Arsenal. And do you remember there was some conjecture against Arsenal?
Oh, the bloody Arsenal game.
Because they gave a penalty, didn't they?
Oh, and we scored and it got disallowed, didn't we, right at the end?
Yeah, and that as well. So, yeah, not good.
He's not that cute, is he?
Let's do the teams. Okay, start off with AFC Bournemouth then. Tom, talk me through it.
Well, I'm assuming that I'm predicting, so not necessarily what I want, but I'm predicting what Andy will do. So I think Neto will be in goal. I understand why people are chucking Araujo straight in, as you would. I can't see it personally. I thought Smith was fine, but Araujo was lively off the bench. Great option, but I think Smithy will start right back. Zabani and I reckon Howson will still play. And Kirkes at left back.
You put your house on it.
Yeah. I reckon it will be Lewis, Cook, and as we mentioned, because of the Christie situation, I think he might continue with Cook and Scott. Semenyo going back wide.
Yeah,
as I say, these two can change, but Semenyo will be one side. I think Tav will be the other. I think both Cini and Dango will come out. Clive will come back into the 10. And a sexy Brazilian up top, mate. Evan Nilsson is up top.
He's Brazilian. Looking forward to singing that song. Okay. Newcastle United then. Who are you going for?
Well, it's got to be Nick Pope in goal. Now he's back. He had a brilliant game against us. Do you remember when we beat him 2-0? He was superb. I know Trippier's just coming back. But I think, because he hasn't played as much, I'm going to go with Livramento to stick in at right back. Let's remember who he used to play for. Let's give him a boo. Why not? I hope this one doesn't get the boo, but I think Lloyd Kelly's will play.
Yeah, he won't. There's no way. He gave us so much good service.
It won't be like if it was a Matt Ritchie or a Callum Wilson, but he was still good for us and he was our captain promotion second time. So, yeah, but I think it'll be Lloyd Kelly and Dan Burn. And the interesting thing is they're both left-sided centre-backs, but because of Shah's injury, because of Lascelles' injury, because of Botman's injury, I think it probably will be them two. So it'll be interesting to see who starts on that right side, and I think they'll stick with Lewis Hall at left-back. I'm going to go with Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, and the goal scorer Joe Linton as the three in the middle. I think they're probably going to stick with Murphy out wide, just because they're not sure what they're doing with Almiron yet, if he's going to leave. And Harvey Barnes he's definitely more comfortable on the left, so I think he's going to start with Murphy again. Gordon obviously on the left and Isak up front, and the two latter ones I named there are going to cause us problems. Kind of why I don't think he'll also chuck Araujo in at the deep end against Anthony Gordon, to be honest. I think you have Smithy in there, and maybe Tav or Semenyo will help a little bit as well because of Gordon's. I think Gordon's top player, mate. So yeah, it's still a really, really good side, isn't it, from them, but we have got them at a decent time when there's a few of them not available.
Interesting you called him Harvey Barnes. Why not just Barnes?
No, I knew you were going to do that. As soon as I said it, there was a few players like that. Name the one for Villa.
Burn is another one as well.
Name the one for Villa. Matty Cash. Everyone says Matty Cash. No one says Cash.
Right, yeah. Right then, on to the predictions. And as you'll have noticed, like we said earlier, we are at the QP and Joe's not here, right? So we're gonna do you a little deal, right? We're gonna do a little special competition. We're setting the rules for this. Right? Okay. So in the comments down below, we want two things from you, okay? Firstly, score prediction, right?
Of course.
Score prediction. Secondly, prediction of the time of the first Bournemouth goal? Bournemouth goal, right? There you go. If you get one of those right, you'll be in the draw for a meal for two.
Yeah.
So we're giving away 2 meals for 2, okay? One with a minute and one with the score prediction. If you somehow manage to get them both right, we'll up it to a table for 6.
Oh.
A table for 6.
Oh, okay, fair. That's fair. That'd be really impressive, by the way. So it's almost like, imagine if you, because it was almost like I went 1-1 and Chris Wood first last week, wasn't it? Like, really impressive.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't get the time in the minute, though, did you?
No chance.
Tom?
Yeah.
I mean, you have given me your predictions for the first 3 a while back. Has that changed?
No, I'm going to stick with the same, mate. I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw. I'm going to, while the first one went, as I said, I'm going to stick with what I think. I think they'll give us a game, obviously, and they're a very, very good side. But I don't know, with a few missing, I feel like we looked good in parts last week, and silly goal to concede, and then obviously people like Clive and that had to come off the bench, and we weren't, fully with it. We didn't have a striker. Perfection would be if Nilsson scores, obviously. But I'm gonna go with him to score, stuff it. So I'm gonna go 1-1, even Nilsson, and a Dan Burn header from a corner.
I'm going 2-1.
What, to us?
Yeah. I'm going 2-1. So that's what
I hate it when you're confident, though.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And look, we know what happens when Eddie plays.
He can't do it to himself, can he? To be fair, we've only beaten once, so I spat everywhere. It's because we gave a little bit of stick to it in the hour, just lost me. But we have only beaten him once. They're always draws, aren't they? Yeah. So I'm sticking with my 1-1, mate. But yeah, I like the confidence, mate. Why not? And hopefully, I'm hoping, looking a little bit far ahead, but if Everton lose again, because they got beaten, then it might be a good time to go to Goodison. We never do well there. So it might be an alright start, mate. Looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that Evan Elson gets off the mark.
It's been a good week for you, hasn't it, mate? Last night, schmoozing with the likes of Tommy Elphick and Steve Cook. Tonight, you're going to be schmoozing with the likes of Pete Davey from Loaded Mag.
I have indeed.
On his channel.
Yeah, I love going on that channel.
It's a great channel.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, I don't mind, you know, when you go on opposition ones, and sometimes it's kind of like, oh, what am I going to say? I love talking about Newcastle just because of the links. It's good. So, yeah, I might ask him how, the little Scottish rat's getting on with his contract as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely fine.
I told ya.
Make sure you like and subscribe because there's plenty of content to come. Safe journey down, Newcastle fans. If you're out for a few beers on Saturday night, let us know because we might be. If not, we'll see you on Sunday, no doubt. Hopefully it's a good one. Up the Cherries.
Come on. I've done better on that little quiz thing than I thought.
Yeah, you did.
When you said WF, I was like, there used to be a player called Wayne Ferriday, but I don't know who he is. Oh, yeah. That might be embarrassing if I say him. Fuck.